And let us move down to the boys.
Yeah, let's talk about the boys class 1.
Let's look at it heat by heat. So in heat one, we have Deandre Daly. I just want to mention that he's been having the season of his life. You know, he's known for false starting or getting injured, and finally he seems like he has put his brace together, and we expect to see him easily make it out of heat one ahead of the pack. Uh, looking at heat two, we see the long lanky form of Sanjay Davison definitely on the list. I just wanted to take it seriously this year and give the other contenders a run for their money because I see natural talent in Sanjay Davison. So I want him to be more serious this year. So let us see what he brings. Going down the line in Heat 3, we have Bryan Level, everybody's favorite and biggest rising star. So he should
My
easily
favorite.
so we should
Let's just
easily
throw it out.
see we should
Let's just throw
easily
it out there
see
because that's
Brian
what you want to
Lavelle.
say.
Right. So we should easily see him qualifying. Uh
He
down
has
in
Mark Manley to join him in his heat, which is interesting. But let's
yeah,
go.
yeah. So I don't expect either Brian or Mark to overwork themselves in the heat. It's just about making it through to the next round. And Heat 4, what do you think about Heat 4? Who do we have there that's gonna, push through on top?
We see Orlando wins. We see Jelani Brown.
Okay, and for Heat 5 representing, Kingston College is Bouwahghi
Bouwahghi.
and Nkrumie. So,
Bouwahghi,
you
another
know,
favorite of
for
mine.
me, for Bouwahghi, for me, he has that spot in my heart. I've watched him for years and years, and there was just always somebody that was one step ahead of him. And maybe this year, even with the likes of Brian Lavelle and Sanjay Davidson around, maybe this is Bouwahghi and Nkrumah's year to take it. So I have my eye on him. I just want him to succeed. He's one of those athletes that I just want to do well. He deserves it. He works hard, and he should easily make it out of Heat 5. However, I'm already looking to the semifinals and the finals and what he will bring.
One thing I love about Bouwahghi is that he's a fighter. He's always been up against it. So, there's always been somebody better. And he's always been, oh, you don't really hear them talking about him. But yes, he always manages to feature in a finals and gets into that top 3. And that for me says a lot. That for me says a lot. And that's what you need sometimes. Sometimes it's not necessarily who is faster, but who is mentally tougher on the day and they can pull it off. So for me, he'll always have a spot in my top 3. Yeah, I said it. He has a spot in my top 3 in the finals. So let's see how it progresses though, but definitely a favorite of mine. Let's see how he does.
So we have one representative from Manchester High in Heat 8, and that is Javoon Blair. And since I'm repping my alma mater, I'm expecting to see Javoon go out. Javon. Yes,
I think it's Javon. I just think it's spelled weirdly. You know how we Jamaicans
okay,
do.
so I'm looking to see Javon Blair go out and represent and do well for Manchester High School.
Well,
Okay,
guys,
so
I'm gonna give you the top 3. Tom doesn't want to talk about the top 3, but I'm still gonna give you a top 3 before we go in to the semis, so you can say T said, and then you can come back and say, T, you slip on a one here. It's okay, it's fine. So my top 3, I have Deandre Daly, right? I have Bouwahghi and Nkrumie, and I have, of course, my little favorite going in, which I have him to take the number
are you
one
picking an
spot.
order T? Wait, you sound like a girl in the thing. It's either you're picking an order or not.
I
Is
am
this
picking an
is
order.
this in no particular order?
No, I'm picking an order.
What's the order? We didn't hear it. Say it clearly so we can hear.
Says the person that sits on the fence that's going to get shot. But anyway, so in my top 3, I have Bryan Lavelle for number one. I have Deandre Daly for number two, and I have Bouwahghi and Nkrumie for number three. Now, for me, I definitely see DeAndre Daly going much faster. But I know, there's a little inkling inside of you that tells you that somebody is faster than 10 to 1. When I look at Bryan Lavelle, I feel like he's faster than that 10 to 1. And 10 to 1 for high school, for class one, is a hell of a time. So for me, those guys are going to have to run much faster than his personal best to beat him. So I definitely see him winning. And I think it will be a comfortable win. So not me if you want to, but I think he will win comfortably.
So again, just to put things into perspective, we have Zarnell Hughes holding the champs record of 10.12. It's full time. Somebody, one of our own, steps up and takes that record, and why not the likes of Bryan Lavelle or even Sanjay Davidson, or Deandre Daly, Bouwahghi and Nkrumie. So what I can say is that Bryan for sure has the potential. I think it's going to come down to those in the top four. Bryan for sure has the potential to win it all. I've only seen him push once, like that I've seen. I can't remember the other race, so I've only seen him run full out one time, and that was at the senior trials when he ran that 10 to 1. I'm not sure if champs is the right atmosphere for Bryan to give it his all. And for that reason, I'm not certain if he will be
What
the
does that
one.
mean?
Hmm?
What does that mean, like the right atmosphere?
I think he needs to be running against athletes that are pulling him much more to pull that out of him. I believe that when he runs with other schoolboys, he's way too relaxed. He doesn't give it his all. And that's why we haven't seen faster times from him yet. So I'm not certain if champs is that time when he's just going to go all out. Remember that this year is a very busy year for our athletes. Our junior athletes, they have character games and world junior games as well. And some of them will be trying out for the senior team this year. So I'm not certain that Bryan will push as much as he needs to. Whereas they have other athletes, the DeAndre Daly's and Nkrumies of the world that want this win. It's going to come down to who wants it more. And I'm not certain if Bryan Lavelle is that person. Do I think he's probably the most talented of the bunch? Yes. But I'm not certain. But what I can tell you is that my top four are those persons: Nkrumie, Davison, Lavelle,
Daily.
and Daly. So yes, so those are my top four. I will refine my order when it gets closer to the day, or maybe on the
I
day
mean, I mean that's fair, but I also think that he's been too young in the competition for you to say it's not necessarily his stage. Or if he was running it from class 3 days and he had enough years to develop properly, knowing what it's like to be under that type of pressure, because again, the 100 meters is the premier event. So even though you go to champs and you're running in whatever event, it's not necessarily the premier event. Nobody's really looking at it that much, which is why, again, I didn't remember that he was our 400-meter athlete, right? So I don't think he has spent enough years in the event to say that he's not doing what he's supposed to do. I think it's just a case where he has to get there, right? He has to become more experienced in it. So each race he runs gives him more experience and more exposure to what is required when he's on that stage. So I think no time at the present to step up. And if he doesn't do it at champs, he can do it at character. If he doesn't do it at character, he can do it at world juniors. Doesn't do it there, he can do it at trials. He has enough time to get his mind there. But anyway, that's our take on champs for the 100 meters for the heats. Right?
so guys.
Let's see how it progresses going forward. I'm excited. I'm very excited. I'm sure you can see it on my face, in my eyes. But yeah, I'm very excited.
We
Are you
can't
excited?
wait. We can't wait for it to kick off and just bring you some exciting coverage bringing some exciting coverage of the post.
I'm excited. You'll be seeing us more on screen.
Oh my gosh. Right. So tomorrow evening, we will be bringing you the coverage of how things went. We'll take a look at if the expected athletes in the 100 meters performed as we expected them to.
I don't
Um,
expect any surprises tomorrow, honestly.
I can't see any surprises either. So
I mean, people going faster than what we saw previously, sure, but I don't think that's a surprise. I don't think it is, because you're expecting people to peak, or you're expecting the athletes to peak for champs. So you're going to be expecting to see great performances, but I don't see anybody surprising the top bunch.
so that I guess that wraps up our pre-champs
That wraps up
coverage.
you seeing us the first time on screen. What did you think?
That wraps up our pre-champs coverage of the 100 meters.
Guys, remember to join us for our post champs reviews on what went on. Did we see anything surprising? Join us here on TXT Chat Time.
And please remember to like our videos and subscribe to our channel.
Get it to 500 likes, guys. We want it to go out.
The YouTube algorithm loves the support and interaction, so please stick and stay with us as we continue to bring you quality
Content.
athletic content.
I'm your girl T.
And I'm Tam. We'll catch you in another one.